Paul, we're at the halfway point in the league. We're in sixth place. We've probably tailed off a little bit with our form over the past few weeks, but it's good to see one or two players coming back like Tom Walker.
Yeah, he was outstanding, wasn't he? We've had a bit of a review tonight. We've lost Bullman. He's tore his calf, so he's out. Stacky hasn't trained. He might be out for the weekend. So, injuries are biting. Ellis Robson will be back this week. He was a big miss last week. We give young Finn a chance to play. His carries were real good, and there was some aspects of his game were outstanding. And he's got to learn in other aspects. So, our job is to bring people on and use our squad as we need to. We're pretty much got a few injuries to key personnel at the moment. Ryan King, one of them, Curtis Tier, Ellis Robson missed that game as well. So, we're going to miss a few for this week. Maybe Stack on top of that, and maybe and Andrew Bullman, who's the leading try scorer in the league at the moment with 15. I think he did score a hat-trick at the weekend. He made a few errors, but, who doesn't make errors? And he shouldn't be persecuted for that. We should applaud his try-scoring ability. Hat-trick at any level is outstanding. And like I say, he's leading the try-scoring charts. And he's a fantastic lad. And they're all go to work every week and battered, bruised, and some of them couldn't hardly walk out there tonight. So it's a tough gig, the Championship. And I would say we're probably bottom three in terms of budgets, but with Hunslet and Batley, and they're 1 and 2 at the bottom, and we're riding in 6. So I think it's a massive achievement to be where we are. I'd have probably bought that position if I could afford it, but we've managed to get there off our own merit. Whether we stay there with a small squad, when people are spending £1 million budgets and stuff like that, is there to be seen. But we'll try our absolute best, and we do dip in form. If we didn't dip in form, we'd be playing Super League, wouldn't we? And we'd be up there with the top sides. But Tom Walker put in a sterling performance, ran off the pitch and went to go on nights, and that's where we are as a club, and we're doing our best, and I think all the fans appreciate that. We'll keep fighting hard. This week is going to be, it's no gimme. They brought in Greg Eden and people like that, and Gaskill, and brought some good Super League players in, and they're probably gearing up for the eights at the back end of the year, where it'll all boil down to that if you finish bottom 4. They've got a great coach who does a fantastic job for them, and they're growing in the Championship, and it's a difficult place to coach and play and be part of. So you've just got to give it your best every week. You won't be at your best every week. We committed 11 individual unforced errors. So that was why we didn't win, not because we didn't pass the ball to T, not because we want to take Ryan Johnson out of pivots, not because of all this. It's because of individual errors and low completion rates, which leads to fatigue, which leads to bad decision-making defensively and leads to losses.
As you said, it's Hunslet this weekend, and they've sort of grown into the Championship and hit a little bit of form, haven't they? What's it been for us in training this week? Is it a case of getting back to basics?
Yeah, we've gone back to basics, done a lot of contact. We haven't been able to do a lot of contact because of the injury situation, but we managed to throw a little bit in there tonight, a lot of wrestle and stuff like that. We're playing on a small pitch, so we've got to press hard, and it'll be real physical. It's probably, a little bit. I thought on Sunday it reverted back with people running in and fracasses all over to a little bit like League One, So we've got to get away from that and rise above it, because they'll be very physical, Hunslet under Dean, and we've just got to concentrate on rugby, not to get involved with referees. We've showed them clips of our reactions tonight to decisions that we can't tolerate that as a group, because it's hurting us. We should be thinking about scoring tries with 10 minutes to go when they're 6 points behind, or even at the death there. And we wanted to get involved with touches and referees and their team a little bit like Toulouse, and it spoils your focus. So we've spoke about that, and we've got to get back to where we were, when we beat the likes of Bradford and Widnes and people like that, and Doncaster and all these sides that have spent a lot of money. So we've got to get back to what we do best, and that's work hard and focus and being a little bit dogged. I think the press have called us tame now, and I've told them that tonight, and I don't like being called tame in whatever I do. So, I hope there's a reaction from our boys, but we need to be ready for what will be, a massive game for Hunslet and a massive game for us, because they want a win desperately, and they've been improving, but they've got that bad fixture in them as well, or performance. And they've been a little bit inconsistent at the start of the year, but now they're starting to grow in confidence and have got that consistency that they can cause an upset. They went to Sheffield and blew them away and scored points, and they've pushed everybody close on their home ground. They beat Widnes got beat by Widnes at 2 by 2 at the death against them at home. So we know what we're in for. We've got to be at our very, very best to get any kind of result.